Good morning, afternoon, and night to whoever's watching this. First of all, I would like to apologize in advance about my voice. My voice has been feeling a little sore these past few weeks. Is because I have also been feeling sick lately. But nevertheless, let's begin. So I would like to be discussing two questions. For number one, so before that, hi, my name is Kenneth Albert Aliwarga. This is my student ID. And let's begin. So for my first interview question, I would like to pick what useful skills have you learned in the past? Please elaborate. So I think I've learned various skills throughout the years, but the two skills that have stick with me throughout my lifetime is first Semboa. Semboa is like a very niche way to count. Usually when you count, you either use the manual calculation, you need to draw it up, but Semboa, it offers you a way to count using your head, so it enables you to count faster, which is very useful in math scenarios where you need to count faster. So I've learned public speaking techniques. It's very useful for presentation, or even until this day in my college career, where almost every week you're going to do a presentation, which comes in handy, considering that maybe you don't have enough time to prepare a presentation, and then you only rely on your skills. My next question I will be discussing is, how would you reduce pollution in Jakarta? So, coming from a person like me who was actually born and raised in Jakarta, I would say there's two main factors on why Jakarta is considered and arguably the most polluted city in Indonesia besides Tangerang. So first of all, I think it's because of its population. The massive amount of citizens population in Jakarta that uses private vehicles resulted in high carbon emission, and its carbon emissions skyrocketed in this past few years. Other than that, I would say it's because, considering Jakarta is the capital of Indonesia, many economic activities is being run in Jakarta specifically. This means that like factories are run in here as well, and many of these activities are not very environmentally friendly. That's it for number one. Thank you.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, Miss Yuyum. I don't know when you are going to see this video, so I'll just greet you 3 times. My name is Geraldy, and today I'll be doing my end of semester exam. For part 1 of the exam, I'll be answering question number 2 and question number 5. Question number 2, have you ever talked to a group of people? Please explain. I've had many chances to talk to a group of people in my life before. One of the few memorable ones that I still remember to this day is the time when I was lucky enough to be chosen as the mentor for MPLS, or in high school, or it is called Masa Pengenalan Lingkungan Siswa. Basically, the orientation time for new high school students, for 10th graders, to familiarize themselves, to adjust to the high school environment, and I was their mentor to help them adjust to the changes. And during that chance, I was able to talk to all of them, around 60 or so, 60 to 70 people. I don't remember the exact amount, but that was the time that I really enjoyed talking to a group of people. For question number 5, what do you think is the solution for pollution in Jakarta? I believe the best solution we can do to fix or solve the pollution problem in Jakarta is by passing regulations that limits the amount of private transportation that can be used every single day, and encourage the people to use public transportation more. But even though this is the best possible options you could probably use, we have to keep in mind that our public transportation is still not the best yet. It is still cramped, it's hot, it's probably not the cleanest form of transportation, nor the safest. So I believe the government must also first do their part and fix up all of this problem and make public transportation could be as comfy, of if not more comfier than their own private transportation. That way, the public, the society, will choose to use public transportation more than private transportation. That's all for me. Thank you. For part 2 of the exam, I'll be describing picture number 3. This is a picture of a firefighter doing a demonstration on what a firefighter do to children. In this picture, the firefighter is demonstrating on how to extinguish fire to the kid, and the kid seems to be very happy holding the hose to extinguish the fire. And there's also a person in the back. I assume it is the parent of the kid because the person is smiling very widely, looking at the two of them interact with each other. And looking at the picture reminds me of back when I was in kindergarten, because back then I also have a chance to witness a demonstration like this, and it made me very interested in becoming a firefighter back then. Hi to whoever's watching this. Now we're going to be discussing this graph. So let's begin. So why is it important to learn about other cultures if you're traveling to other countries? So I think it's important because every country has its own culture. So let's say Indonesia will still have a low emphasis on cleanliness. However, in Singapore, they put a very hard emphasis on cleanliness. Like for example, if you litter everywhere, or if you litter on the public transportation, you're going to get fined pretty expensively. Or if you're going to put away your bubble gum anywhere, you're going to get even a more expensive fine than that. Yeah, I agree. Each country has their own social norms, and whenever we went there, we have to follow that norm. Like, for example, how in Japan it's very impolite for you to talk in public transportation. Yeah. Next, what is it important to learn about other cultures? To speak other languages. I believe it is very important because the ability to speak other languages other than your mother tongue is very important. It will be very helpful whenever you are going to another country. You could talk with the locals. It will be also helpful for your career because you could have international business partners, and it'll just help you in your general life. I agree with you. I think yes, again, every country has its own languages, and when visiting different countries, some basic stuff like ordering food or ordering transportation requires some basic phrases in that specific country's language. Okay, next. Why is it important to learn about other cultures for making new friends? I personally think that again, every country having its own different languages means that there's going to be somewhat a language barrier. So by at least learning to connect using by learning their language, it's going to be very helpful to establish a social connection with them. How about you, Aldi? Yeah, making new friends is very important for our life because we are social creatures, so we have to talk with other people. Yeah. And next, educating ourselves. Learning about other cultures is really nice to broaden our horizon. Yeah. It makes us smarter and give us wisdom when we learn about our cultures and we learn about the differences between each other. I also agree with you. I think it's never too late to educate ourselves
because I think learning about other cultures will bring several benefits for the future. Okay, so last, why is it important to learn about other cultures for work opportunities? Like you mentioned earlier, I think having learning other cultures will help you get international partners, because even locally in Indonesia, there's different cultures in a single country, but learning other cultures from other countries will significantly help you find other partners.
Yeah, and not even just international partners, even in your own country alone, if we have to fight against other candidates, if you want to get accepted, we want to get hired by a company, we have to show that we are better than the other candidates. And we can do that by showing our broad knowledge about other cultures, and perhaps knowing and be fluent at other languages, which will make the company very much interested in hiring ours.
I agree very much to your opinion. That's it for number 3. Thank you for listening.
What happened, man? Why you keep on coughing?
Yeah, man, the pollution has been killing me lately. I've been coughing non-stop these past few days.
I know, right? It's crazy, dude. The pollution has been rising like crazy. You know, there's actually something called air quality index. It's a way we can measure the quality of air. And there's an application called Air Visual, which we can see the air quality index all around us. And in Gading Serpong right now, it's at 117.
Interesting. How about in Jakarta?
In Jakarta, it's at 132.
132. So, is it good or bad?
It's actually quite bad. But, well, to compare it, the World Health Organization has set a standard. A healthy air quality is at 0 to 50.
Oh my god. So, basically, both Gading Serpong and Jakarta has triple the amount. That is very concerning.
Yeah, almost. You'll be surprised on how it's right now. Even it's better compared to the dry season. During the dry season, I remember Gading Serpong reached almost 180.
Oh my god, 180? 180?
Yeah, it's crazy. But because of the rain, the air quality has been slightly better.
But nevertheless, we cannot just rely on rainy season to solve our pollution issues. I think we need to also do some immediate actions as well. For example, coming from a person who was born and raised in Jakarta, pollution is a very rather common issue. We see pollution every day. So I think the most basic solution is to encourage using public transportation rather than private transportation. Doing so, we can lower the carbon emission rate. This means it will significantly contribute to helping reducing pollution.
Yeah, and I guess we could also try using the AC less. That way we can save on electricity, and we can also remove or reduce the carbon emission from our daily life.
Yeah, you're right. Let's do it right now.